Welcome to Jim Florentine Comedy Metal Midgets podcast right here on riotcast.com. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Now, if you don't know what Audible is the internet's leading provider of spoken audio entertainment. They got over 40,000 titles to choose from. Go to audiopodcast.com/JimFlo, F-L-O, for a free audiobook download. Check it out. New sponsor here. Over 40,000 titles. I was checking them out before. A whole huge comedy section. Every Carlin book and any comedian that's ever wrote a book is on there pretty much. The music section too. The great, music books that are coming out. Tony Iommi's book, Slashers, all the guys from Guns N' Roses pretty much wrote books. There's a Bob Dylan book in there, a Springsteen book. Sammy Hagar's book is in there. If you never read Sammy Hagar's book that he put out about a year and a half ago, it's an amazing book. You can get that an audio download of that too. So I don't know if you guys remember Sammy's book and that story where he didn't see Eddie Van Halen for like 3 years. And Eddie called him up. He goes, "Hey, come on over, man. Let's talk." So he knocked on Eddie's door like 8 o'clock in the morning. Eddie had a bottle of wine in his hand. He was just drinking right from the bottle of wine. And Sammy's like, he didn't know what to do. He just said, "Ed," he goes, "why don't you put that in the glass?" And Eddie Van Halen just look at the bottle of wine. He goes, "It isn't a glass." It's one of my favorite stories ever. So you got all of that stuff on there. I'm a big audio book guy. There's too many books in my office, rock books and stuff. So now I'm just doing it on Audible because it's a lot easier. I could just listen to them right on my friggin' phone, on my iPad, iPod, whatever. So go to audiopodcast.com/JimFlo. And you get a free audiobook download when you sign up. So it's pretty cool, man. So it'll definitely help the podcast out if you guys support that. And audiobooks are cool, man. The Tony Iommi book, if you guys are Black Sabbath fans, is just an amazing story in itself. So Ozzy's book's on there. So go to audiopodcast.com/JimFlo for a free audiobook download. Nice. All right. Before we get into the podcast, all right, I know... Right off the bat, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this one. And I get it. But there is a sponsor that came aboard and wants to be a part of the podcast. So I said, okay, fine. All right, it's about fantasy football. Now, you know my stance on it. I'm not a fan. I understand it. I just don't. My whole theory on it is if you're a huge, hardcore football fan, fantasy football compromises you watching a game because you're always rooting for another player on another team to catch a certain amount of passes to get points, whatever. But I get it that people watch it. Most of my audience does. I mean, not watch it, also play it. So I get it. So, all right, it is a little hypocritical, but hey, man, if that's fun for you to play fantasy football, then go for it. But fantasy football, look, it is back, man. In 3 weeks, I'm doing a podcast on the upcoming NFL season, probably like the week of. It'll be out, my review and everything else and what I hate is going on in the league. But anyway, fantasy football is back, and DraftKings.com is celebrating with millions in cash prizes. DraftKings, it's a one-day fantasy sports. One-day games mean you're never locked into a season. It's like a new season every time you play. What you do is you pick your team in minutes, and you could instantly be getting your share of the $1 million they're awarding for kickoff weekend. Week 1 this football season, $1 million is up for grabs. I might even play if I have a chance to win $1 million. And I'm serious about that. DraftKings is where anyone can enter with a couple bucks and win big cash prizes. A true story. One guy won $100,000 his very first time. $100,000 day one. Play for free. That's right. Play free at DraftKings.com. Enter Jim, J-I-M, with your first pay game and get free entry into the $1 million kickoff bash. Seriously, free entry that can win you thousands just by playing fantasy football. Use Jim at DraftKings.com, DraftKings.com. And if you win any money, I want 10%. Seriously, if you go on there and you win $100,000 week 1, send me an email and I go, all right, that you owe me at least $1,000. 10% is actually $10,000, but I'll just take $1,000. How about that? But anyway, so go to DraftKings.com. All right, let's move on. I'm sorry, but I usually give people credit on who gives me ideas for podcasts, and I can't remember who sent me this one, but they said, hey, how about doing something on the TSA at the airports? That's a good one. And I thought about it for like a week, and I'm like, that's perfect. First of all, with the TSA, all right, let's preface this whole podcast about the TSA by saying, you know, you can bitch and complain all you want about them, but the bottom line is there has not been another attack since 9/11 on a plane. No bombs bringing down planes, nothing going on, crashing the buildings, none of that since 2001, which we're going on, 12 years now. So you got to give them credit. You know, they slip up here and there. They do this. They, fondle a grandmother going through. All right, I get it. They take off her colostomy bag, which is always funny. There was a story that they took some woman's old lady's colostomy bag off. I'd love to be there for that one. Nothing funnier than a colostomy bag. Me and my friends, my grandfather would take a nap when we were kids. We'd take his colostomy bag off and play hot potato with it. It was fucking beautiful. So they do make mistakes, but look, the bottom line is no planes have gone down. So I give them 100% credit there. Now this is almost like a marriage where you just nitpick. Even though you got a good marriage and everything's good and everything's set and everything's going good, you still want to nitpick at little things. And, but the big picture, it's like, is it really that bad? And you go, no, it isn't. But there's some certain things that I don't like that he or she does. So that's what I'm going to do to TSA right now. All right, first of all, and this isn't actually the TSA's fault. This is the government or, that's running this whole company that's fucking those backscatter machines, the new x-ray machines. I call them the cancer machines. No reason for them, okay? Because there's already a guy that got caught a few months ago that had a bomb that wouldn't even get detected in those machines. What happened was as soon as the friggin' underwear bomber got caught like two and a half years ago, they ran out and got these machines and spent billions of dollars on them because they thought that, they was going to catch this. And now the terrorists got new shit out that won't even detect it in this machine. All right? It's unsafe, this machine. It's a cancer machine. All right? It's an x-ray. I don't want to hear, it's just super low radiation. It's barely any. Bullshit. Okay? They don't let little kids go through that machine. Why? Well, no, it's not safe for little kids, so they go through the old school metal detector. Why can't you put a little kid through there if it's safe? Well, they have no answer to that. You're getting radiation every time you go through that. That is not good. When you go to the dentist, they put a fucking 80-pound blanket on you, and as soon as they put it on you, the dentist sprints out of the room as fast as possible because they don't want to be exposed to that radiation, that x-ray. It's the same thing. They run out so fast. My dentist pulled a hamstring. She ran that fucking fast out of the room. Okay? Another one fucking tore an Achilles tendon. There was one that fucking tore their ACL because they ran out of room that quick because they don't want that radiation. So don't tell me in an airport, it's so low, it doesn't matter. No, it's not. It does barely even registers. Really? Or what about how come the dentist puts an 80-pound blanket on you and runs out of the room? They know something. What about the guy that flies 3-4 times a week, the business guy? He's getting that low radiation every time. You don't think that affects him? Why can't kids go through there? Why can't a fucking little baby go through there? A 5-year-old can't go through there because what, it's harmful? But you said it's okay, so you're a fucking liar. I don't like that. I don't want to go through that. I don't want that fucking If I wanted fucking radiation and cancer, I'd start smoking cigarettes again. I smoked when I was 17, from 14 to 17 years old, and I kind of liked it. It was a stress relief. I liked it, but I stopped for health reasons. And now I got to go through this shit and fucking stand there and put my arms up my head like I'm doing that fucking goofy YMCA dance. I got to stand there like an asshole. Take everything out of your pockets. Whenever I see that line, whenever I'm at security, I look for the old school metal detector and I look for the cancer machine. If there's two different lines, I go to the metal detector line every time. I'm not going through the cancer machine if I don't have to. And it takes longer. And one thing, never leave cash or anything valuable. Well, you can't. First of all, the TSA, every day there's a story about them stealing your shit. Whether it's in the suitcases when they check it, or whether you're going through security and you got it in a bag and they swipe your Rolex watch, or cash. Cash is the worst. You got cash in your bag, keep it in your pocket or in your hand. When you go through the old school metal detector, you could bring cash through. No problem. Even the cancer machine, you could have it in your hand, the cash. Hold it in your hand while you do the YMCA dance through that fucking thing. You're allowed to do that because you put it in your bag and they start going through it. They could at least easily swipe that cash, put it right in their pocket and walk away. They do. It happens all the time. I had a problem about a year ago. I had a wad of cash with me. I got paid in cash for my stand-up gig. It wasn't even that much, actually. And about like $1,000 I had with whatever. And I had a wad in my hand, and I go through, and the TSA guy goes, "What's in your hand?" I go, "It's just my money." He's like, and he looks at it, and he's like, "Why do you have all that money?" And at that point, I'm like, you know what? There's no reason I have to answer this question. I go, "None of your business." He goes, "What did you say?" I go, "None of your business." He goes, "No, it is my business." I go, "Why?" I go, "How is this a security risk? I got cash here. This isn't a knife. What are you talking about?" He's like, "I asked you a question. Why are you carrying that much cash?" I go, "I'm not answering you. This is not a security risk." Seriously, what would the security risk be with me having a wad of cash in my hand? Am I going to fucking bribe people when I get on the plane? Go, "Hey, dude, here's fucking $300. Will you help me knock down the cockpit door so I can get at the pilot? Here's $300. Dude, here's another $250. Why would I do that? And if I did that, wouldn't some guy go, "Wait, what are you going to do in there?" "Well, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fucking crash the plane." Well, then why am I I'm going to die then. So what's this money going to do for me? Oh, yeah, you're right. What would I do with that money? How is that a fucking a security risk? Me having a wad of cash, getting on a plane. I wouldn't answer the question. And he goes, "Well, you wait right here." And then he brings the manager over. He's like, "Yeah, what's the problem?" I go, "I don't know, nothing with me." And he's like, he won't answer a question. I asked him a question. He goes, "What is it?" He goes, I'm asking him why he has all that cash on him. And this guy's like, "Well, is there a reason you do it?" I go, "No, there's no reason I have it on me." He's like, "Well, why?" I go, I don't have to answer that. That's not a knife. There's nothing I'm going to do with it." And the guy's like, "Just let him go. Just let him go." Exactly. Just let me go. I don't want to go through your cancer machine anymore. There was a shoe bomber. Remember Richard Reed right after 9/11 had the bomb in a shoe. He tried to light it on the plane. So ever since then, you had to take off your shoes. Then they were trying to put like a bomb in a laptop or something like that. So now you got to take your laptop out of the bag. Go security. Now, what about the underwear bomber? He had a bomb in his underwear. How come we don't have to take off our underwear? I don't get that. Why are we still taking off our shoes? The guy had a bomb in his underwear. He got caught, luckily, on the plane, got it through security and everything else. So why are we not taking off our underwear when we go through security? How about you just tell everybody, if you're going to the airport, you got to go fucking no underwear. I don't even know what that word is. I'm trying to remember what it is. Who gives a shit? No underwear. You go fucking... I'd start working for the TSA. Every girl that came through. I'd have a mirror on my shoe. I'll step right here for a second. Oh, well, what's going on? Oh, sorry. I thought I stepped on some gum. That's why I looked down. Take off your underwear. Look, if you wear a pair of tighty-whities, you could probably fit fucking 3 bombs in there and get through security and bring them on a plane. You got no underwear on, they're just going to fall right down your pant leg. It makes sense. I could probably fit 6 bombs in the front of my underwear. I have that much room. But most people, 3. So, no more under. It's very inconsistent. If you have to take your shoes off because of the shoe bomber, okay, I get that. Why don't you have to take off your socks? Like if you have flip-flops on, you have to take your flip-flops off. But if you have shoes on, you just have to take your shoes off, but you can still have your socks on. You could put a bomb in your sock, on the bottom of your sock. So what's the difference? Stop putting me through the fucking cancer machine. I don't want to go through it. I'm not a security risk. I'm a fucking cranky white guy in my 40s. Okay? I like America. I'm not going to damage a plane. I'm not going to do that to people. All right, I'm not a security threat. Go fucking check out the guy behind me. Leave me alone. All right, you have my history of flying. I've never caused a problem. All right. The one time where me and my friend were farting on a plane, they almost landed the plane. Emergency landed the plane because we were cutting gassers. All right. But I don't even know if that got reported because that was before 9/11. But other than that, please leave me alone. I'm not doing anything. I'm fucking cranky. All right. I get it, but I'm not causing a problem. I'm not trying to fucking take down a plane. Just let me go through. All right, the government knows exactly what I'm doing. They know every email. They know every phone call, every text I sent out. They're watching everything. I'm not plotting anything. Profile if you have to. If a guy looks suspicious, put him through the machine. Why? This is our security here. Besides going to the machine, once in a while when you're checking out at that desk, when you have to show your ID, the guy goes, what's your name? You know, because that's going to really trip up a terrorist. That's a good deterrent. You know what I mean? Because, a terrorist's been plotting this thing for 3 years. 3 years, knowing doing dry runs and everything like that he's going to get caught up on that one. He's going to get caught up on that. And go, oh shit, fuck, I'm sorry, what's on the license that that my friend made up that got me into the country? I forgot the name. In Israel, okay, they're fucking trained professionals, the TSA. They're not even the TSA there. They got fucking military guys. They went to school. They know what they're doing. They're trained professionals to eye everybody up and ask them certain questions and see if they fucking break or if they're up to something. They don't have to take your fucking shoes off. You don't have to take your laptops out. You don't have to go through the fucking cancer machine. None of that shit. And maybe like the old school metal detector. That's it. Because they stand there online and they ask you questions. They don't just go, "What's your name?" after they have your license in your hand. Ooh, that's great, man. How many people you caught doing that? That Richard Reed guy, the fucking shoe bomber. He was in. It came out after he got busted trying to take down that plane that he went on. What's the airline in Israel? I don't know, El Air or whatever. I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. They thought he was suspicious online. They followed him to the security gate, and the guy went on the plane. The security guy, the Israeli security guy, sat on the plane and sat right next to him because they thought he might be a threat. He actually said, okay, fine, and he put him in the fucking against the window so he couldn't do anything, and he sat there and watched him the whole flight. That's security. Okay, that's security, not some fucking... If you go to New York City, JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark, it's basically 70% like thugs they hired that look like guys who worked at McDonald's. Okay, you got a fucking, rapper, you got a fucking Q-tip is waiting for, all right, come through, doesn't even look in the eye, and doesn't even give a shit, doesn't like his job, and all he's doing is checking out hot chicks' asses. He's not even looking. My wife walks through. He's fucking checking her ass out the whole time. She walks by him. He's still looking at her ass. Another guy walks through. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? I don't know. You weren't paying attention to your job. You're looking at her ass. That's good security. Constantly stealing stuff. Always getting caught. Sleeping on the job. The TSA has to get their shit together. All right? Let's use Newark Airport, for example, okay? Why do you only have like 2 lanes open when there's 6,000 people flying on a fucking Friday morning? Okay, you knew how many people were coming to the airport. You got the manifest. You look over, there's somebody looking over the shit the night before to see who's on the no-fly list. You have all of that stuff. It's pretty consistent every week. On Thursday, maybe 4,000 fly through. Friday's a busy day. There's 6,000. Sunday, that's a real busy day. That's 8,000. Whatever it is, you guys know the numbers. It's pretty much the same. If you know how many are coming the next morning, why do you only have fucking 3 people working? Why is there 9 lines but only 2 open at fucking 6:30 in the morning? Why is there a 30-minute wait because you only have 2 lines? Did you not expect it? Was there a fucking, all of a sudden people just show, was there a big walk-up at the airport? People don't just show up at the airport. You know what? Fuck it, I'm going by Newark Airport. You know what? I'm just going to I'm going to fly today. They make plans. They make reservations. There's no walk. It's not like a restaurant. Holy shit, the walk-up was unbelievable tonight. I don't know what was going on. We only had fucking 18 reservations, but the walk-ups, we were packed. That doesn't happen in an airport. You know how many people. All right, 50 people might cancel their flights. last minute, but there's 50 new ones that go, I got to fly standby. I got to jump on a flight. So it evens out. So you know how many are coming. Why are there only 2 fucking lanes open? You got a bunch of people working there. Fucking just, if that was me, I'd go, all right, this is what we need for tomorrow. We need fucking 6 lanes open. Let's get these fucking people through. Make it just a kids only lane. I don't want kids in front of me. You see kids in front of you, go to another lane if you can. They should have a kids-only lane. Throw them over there. Let your fucking strollers and your fucking teddy bears and all that other shit with the parents and the kid running through and fucking, Ninja Turtle knapsacks. Put all that shit on there. I got places to go. I don't have time for that. People that don't know what they're doing, that don't fly, put them on that lane too. I see a guy with a fucking mullet and he's wearing a tank top that doesn't fit. He's got a huge gut. I'm going to go, sir, get over there on the kids' line. What do you mean? I could tell you don't go anywhere. Look at your fucking hair. There's no reason to wear a tank top to an airport. And you got a fucking huge gut. You don't fly. I don't know where you're from. Probably from the Midwest somewhere. You're fucking dumb. You went to Las Vegas because you played penny slots. Okay, get in that line over there. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You haven't flown in 10 years. I got to take my shoes off? Since when? I don't know. When's the last time you left the house, asshole? You're in that line. Kids over there, get in that line. TSA is never in a rush. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that people have to make their flights. Just get the people in and out. Just let them fucking get through. Get through quick. Have some efficiency there. Nobody gives a shit. The passengers are assholes. The TSA are everybody's an asshole around that time. You got to take your shirt, you got to take your jacket off. But if you only have, like, I'll wear a hoodie sometime to the airport. It's just a hoodie, and that's it. And they go, you got to take your hoodie off. I go, I don't have anything underneath. Oh, okay, then you could keep it on. What the fuck does that? But if I have a T-shirt under the hoodie, I got to take the hoodie off. Makes no fucking sense. That's dumb. That's stupid. If your fucking cancer machine works so well, why do I have to take my jacket off? Can't you find out? Can't you find that bomb in my pocket? You can't find a C4 in the fucking zipper in the cancer machine? Did you know this podcast is also brought to you by butterflyradio.com? Butterflyradio.com. You guys know if you listen to the podcast, if you have an iPhone, you can only use it on an iPhone. Go to butterflyradio.com. It's a free app. I like how I just stop in the middle of a rage to do a plug. I have to. Hey, what are you going to do? I got to fit it in somewhere, you know what I mean? It gives me a break to just fucking recharge. So butterflyradio.com, go to the website, download the free app, and basically you can leave me messages on there. People leave some great rants on there, suggestions for podcasts, any kind of questions I'll answer. So it's free. It's like a radio station, basically. You have 5 minutes to leave a message, and then they cut you off. So go on there, rant, say, hey, I like the podcast, or you should have did this, or maybe you should do that, or whatever the fuck you want to do. Other people listen in, they comment on that, and all that shit. It's pretty cool. So go to butterflyradio.com. They've been a sponsor for a while, and I appreciate it. They've been hanging in there the whole time. And also, look, I don't even want donations anymore. If you guys want to donate, that's cool. I appreciate it, man. I just appreciate you guys listening. The podcast is getting really big now. I'm getting more sponsors, which is awesome. It's great, man. It's fucking awesome. So, if you want to donate, that's great. But the way you could do it without even spending any money is go to Amazon.com. If you're shopping on Amazon, just go to my website first, JimFlorentine.com, and click on the Amazon button there. When you click on that button, you could shop from your page or whatever, and just a few, whatever, a little percentage goes to my podcast, whatever you buy. So that really helps fund the podcast. So if you guys shop at Amazon, do that. Go to my website first and click through there and then shop. So it helps. And also tweakedaudio.com. I just got an email yesterday. This guy got his Tweaked Audio buds, and he fucking loves them. Tweakedaudio.com. Go there if you need some new earbuds. You put in the promo code midgets and you get 33% off your order, plus free shipping and handling and a limited lifetime warranty. You need some new earbuds. They're really cool. They got a bunch of different colors. They're cheap. And you get 33% off your order and free shipping. So go to tweakedaudio.com. That helps fund the podcast too. All right? Perfect. Stand-up dates real quick. I'm going to be in you can go to my website for all this shit, jimflorentine.com. But in August, I'll be in Jersey. Then I got Dallas coming up in the fall. I'm doing this Cabo Comedy Festival in Cabo St. Lucas, October 2nd through the 6th. If you guys are out that way, probably not, but whatever. I'll be in Montreal in October, Minnesota at the end of October, Ohio, all of that shit. So jimflorentine.com for tour dates. And also, Audible. I'm fucking pumped. This podcast is sponsored by Audible. Audible, like I said before, internet's leading provider of spoken audio entertainment. You want some audio books? Download right onto your phone, your friggin' iPad, pod, whatever the fuck you got. Go to audiopodcast.com/JimFlow. Get a free audio book download when you sign up. So you already get a free book just to sign up. All right, so go, Audible is great fucking sponsor. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse during their pitch, but, that's just my, what am I going to do? They got over 40,000 titles to choose from. Comedy, sports, music, whatever you're into, they got those books. Go to audiopodcast.com/JimFlow and get a free audio book download when you sign up. Awesome. The TSA. I had a big problem one time. I'm waiting online. I get through. First of all, when you get to that desk where the guy checks your ID, you hand him your boarding pass, and then he writes all this gibberish with his fucking pen on there, all these different marks, this. I never understood what that was because it's not even his initials. He just does. It makes no sense because nobody looks at it afterwards until you get on the plane, and those people who work at the gate, they don't know what the fuck's going on. You could get, you could get by them if you're going to Vegas. And the flight, and you give them a wrong ticket, and you give them a ticket that's going to Cincinnati, and you want to go to Vegas. They don't even look at it. You can get on a fucking and just sit somewhere. They're that dumb. They don't even look at them. So I don't know what that gibberish is, but now everybody just downloads the boarding pass on their phone, so they just show their phone. So now they can't put that gibberish on there, that fucking writing. So what? Unless they're gonna go, hey, give me your phone. I gotta get a magic marker and mark your phone up. They're not doing that. So what? So it doesn't mean anything. Whatever that gibberish is. They're not doing it anymore when someone downloads it on their phone. So just stop doing it. It's fucking annoying. You're just writing shit. If you're putting your initials on there in case something happens later to see who checked out your ID, what are you doing now with the phone? You're not putting your initials on there, so how the fuck you know? So just stop. You're wasting more time. Look me in the eye, look at my license, and go, all right, have a good day. Yeah, thanks. Now let me walk to that machine and get more cancer and take another fucking 4 months off my life. So I go through that guy after he marks up my ticket. He writes on it like my 3-year-old. My 3-year-old gets a pen and he sees a notebook and he just writes fucking gibberish all over it. That's what they do there. I see 2 lines. First, I see the cancer machine line. And I wasn't paying attention, so I just went on the cancer machine line. Then I saw they had the old school metal detector right next to it. So I got on that line originally, and then I looked over. I'm going over here because I don't want to fucking, I want 4 more months on my life. So I go over to the metal detector, and the TSA woman goes, hey, sir, excuse me, you're not allowed to switch lines. I go, what? She goes, you just switched lines. You got to go back to the other line. I go, why? What's the difference? I'm going through security, either or. She goes, no, but you picked that line. You have to stay there. I'm like, what am I, in fourth grade? I picked that line. I can't move. I got to stay there? That makes no sense. I go, look, I don't want to go through the machine over there. That's fucking radiation. I don't need the radiation. Oh, so it's minimal. It's so minimal it barely registers. I go, bullshit. I don't want to fucking hear it. Okay, you're the same person that told me cigarettes were healthy in the 60s. You're full of fucking shit, all right? I'm not buying your fucking line, okay? She goes, you're not allowed to switch. I go, look, I'm going through the metal detector. She goes, well, you're getting a pat down either way. Why? Because I couldn't switch the line. She goes, it's a rule. I go, really? It's a rule? Where's the rule at? Where's the rule that I can't switch lines? It's a TSA rule. I go, really? Is it on the website? She goes, yes, it's on the website. I go, oh, really? Because I don't remember seeing it. I went to the website last night. I didn't see it. Sir, it's all the rules are up there. I go, hold on a second. I got my iPhone right here. Let me go to TSA.org or whatever the fuck your website is. All right, I'm going to go there. Let me see where it says you're not allowed to switch lines. Hold on a second. She's like, just go, sir. You're holding. I go, I'm not holding up anybody. We're going to look at the website, because if you're fucking lying, I'm going through the metal detector. I'm not getting a pat down. You just can't make up rules along the way. That's what you're doing. Oh, you can't switch lines. Who gives a shit? What? So what are you saying? That I Yak. No, nothing's wrong with the podcast. I lost my train of thought there for a second. So what happened was, there was nothing on the TSA website. She wouldn't even let me look. I got through. They patted me down. As the guys pat me down, he goes, sir, seriously, I know you're worried about going through that backscatter / cancer machine, but really, the radiation is so low, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect you. Okay, thanks. Thanks for letting me know that. Okay, so how come the pregnant woman can't go through? Well, sir, there's a baby in there. All right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't fucking... whatever. The people that don't know how to fly, that don't fly, don't know the rules, are annoying as shit. They block the lines. They clog it. A couple of weeks ago, this woman doesn't know you're not allowed to bring a bottle of water through the security line. I'm right behind her. I know she's a fucking disaster, but of course there's only one line open. You know, there's fucking 600 people behind me and 800 more checking in, but they only have one line open. So I got no choice. So I'm behind her. She goes through. Whoa, hold up. Everything's held up. They're looking. There's fucking 17 people looking. There's something in a bag. They open it up like, this bottle of water. Miss, you're not allowed to bring this bottle of water through. And then she's like, well, I just bought it. And they go, yeah, well, you're not allowed. Why not? He goes, you're not allowed. Since when? And the guy's like, it's been that since fucking 2003. I don't know, 9 years. Well, I just bought it. Okay. So what does that mean? You just bought it. So that means, okay, well, you know what? She just bought it, so let her bring it through. So I go, miss, you're going to have to throw it out. She's like, I don't want to throw it out. I'm thirsty. You're not that thirsty, dummy. Okay? You live fucking 25 minutes from the airport. You got dropped off by your fucking cranky husband that was so happy you walked out of the car that he finally got a break from you because you're a fucking disaster. Okay, anyone that's going to complain that they bought a $2 bottle of water and they just bought it and they want to drink it and they want to bring it on the plane because their excuse is they just bought it is a fucking disaster to live with. So as soon as he pulled away, he's like, oh, I got a fucking break. Oh, thank God. The next 3 days I don't have to deal with this nonsense. Okay, so, and you walked in, you checked in, and you went over, I'll get that little water, I'm thirsty. And you got it at your little newsstand, and you're bored. So you're really not that thirsty. You just left the house. You had a cup of coffee. You might have had some orange juice, so you're not fucking thirsty. You didn't walk to the airport, okay? And she's like, yeah, but I don't want. Then she's like, well, then I'm gonna drink it first. She stood there right before the cancer machine and fucking sat there and drank her water because she just bought it and didn't want to waste it. I was like, hey, cunt, here's $2. I got a plane to catch. Cunt, are you listening? I got a plane to catch. You're going to sit there and fucking drink your water. And it took her like fucking 4 times. It wasn't even just a full guzzle. And she sat there. I'm sorry. And she's looking back. I'm sorry, but I'm thirsty. Yeah, then drink one of my loads. That's what you should be drinking from fucking making me wait because you wanted your bottle of water. Yeah, drink a fucking big batch. Fucking just dummies flying. Terminal A in Newark Airport is the worst terminal in airport history. Anyone that's flown in and out of Terminal A at Newark knows what I'm talking about. It's a fucking shit little terminal. All the United, I fly on United. It used to be Continental. And any flight that has a 50-seater, the small planes, has to go through Terminal A. Terminal C is all United at Newark. That's where I usually fly out of. It's big. It's fucking, there's places to eat. You can walk around. You could sit. Terminal A, for some reason, any smaller flights, they fly all the United ones out of there, including JetBlue, American, every other fucking airline. All little planes go out of there. The fucking terminal is very small. It's all unorganized. They can only open like 2 lanes at a time. They can't even open like 4 because they don't have the room for it. You finally get through security, which is always a disaster. It's always a 15, 20-minute wait of just fucking nonsense. Then you get through. The terminal's so small. There's like 300 seats to sit in. And you got about 1,600 people flying. So you got 1,300 people mulling around the airport with no seats. They got 2 places to eat, and only one has chairs. And I counted, there's 32 chairs in that restaurant. So 32 people go sit in the restaurant. The rest have to stand. And there's 300 seats, and there's another 1,300 people just walking around. It's a fucking disaster of a terminal. A disaster until you fucking make the terminal bigger. Put the United flights back over at Terminal C. I gotta fucking stand there. If I do get a seat, I got a fucking fat guy sitting next to me. I got another mother with a baby next to me. If say I get the USA Today, I can't even open the paper all the way because I got fucking people crowding on me in my little fucking seat that I'm lucky to have. They're going to sit between 2 people, and then the fucking flight attendant gets the flight to Cincinnati is delayed a half hour, so remain seated comfortably, and we'll give you an update. I'm not comfortable in this seat. I got a fucking 450-pound guy on one side, a mother with a pain-in-the-ass kid on the other. I can't even open my newspaper to read it. I can't move. I can't do anything. I'm sitting there like fucking with my arms folded. All right? I'm not seated comfortably. This isn't a fucking, I'm not in an easy chair, fucking laying back. That's comfortably. I have a real comfortable couch at home. It's nothing like this fucking little awful fucking 1920 chair you have with hardly any padding on it. No one would ever be comfortable in that. There's no fucking outlet stations to fucking charge your iPhones or anything like that. There's no place to plug in. You got fucking 4 outlets in the whole terminal. 2 of them behind a fucking desk where they check in. You can't go back there. The other 2 are being used by the janitor because he's fucking vacuuming. So there's no outlets anywhere. It's fucking, the airport is from 1972. That's what it is. They sell 8-tracks. They sell fucking 8-tracks in the little store there. That's how fucking old it is. It's a fucking joke. Terminal A stinks. And I'm sick of United. All right? I've had enough of this airline. I used to be with Continental, and that was bearable. They merged Continental and United. By the way, and all the airlines merging is a disaster, okay? Mergers are never good for the consumer. All it does is drive up prices. It eliminates competition, and the prices just go up. It's never a good thing, ever. Oh, we're going to make it one company now. It's going to be a lot better. You'll see it's going to be more efficient. No, it stinks. United planes are like from fucking 1912. They're just scumbags. They got DirecTV on some of their flights, like maybe 10%, because the other ones are fucking antiques. They can't even fit a TV on the plane. So they got a couple where they have DirecTV. Now, listen to this scam. If your flight is under 4 hours, it's $5.99 to rent DirecTV for the flight. If it's over 4 hours, you have to pay $7.99. Why do I have to pay $2 more on a flight over 4 hours? Am I taking up more electricity because the TV's on? Is that what's going on? What is it? What? Just make it one price. So what if the flight's like 4 hours and 1 minute? Are you going to charge me $7.99 or $5.99? They just scumbag. They just rape you every way. The flights, since the merger, Continental United, I used to fly to Cleveland. It was like $103. Now it's $390. I got to fly to Dallas in September. It's $460 round trip. I used to fly there for $210. Florida used to be $148, $360 now. You tell me how a merger is good for business. It's not. But you got fucking Congress and these scumbag politicians who look the other way and don't give a fuck and just approve every merger because they donated some campaign money to them, so they look the other way. That's all it's about. just raping the consumer. The only reason they started charging for bags 8 years ago, oh, the gas prices are, so high. Remember when they were like $4 like 8 years ago for like 6 months? And the airlines go, we're losing money. We got to put, charge for bags. Yeah, well, the gas has gone down. How come you didn't take that money off? No fucking way they're ever going to do that. How come Southwest is thriving? Southwest charges nothing for bags. Nothing. How come they're not out of business? You guys complain, said, look, we have to do this. The other airlines, or we're going to go out of business because the fuel's too much. Really? Well, Southwest doesn't charge for bags. And they're a fucking like number 2 airline. Something's weird there. How are they pulling that off? Maybe you should ask Southwest. They're not fucking everybody. What a disaster. What United Airlines now charges $200 to change a ticket. Remember, it was like, I don't even know what Southwest is. I think Southwest is like 25 or 50. Remember, it used to be like, all right, if you have to change a ticket, it's $25 or 50. I remember when they made it 75. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of fucking money. $75 if I got to change it. $200. I fly like 75,000 miles a year. I'm a platinum member on United. That's the second highest. I think, I don't even know. If you hit 100,000 miles a year, it's whatever. I don't even know what that fucking is. But I'm basically like one of their biggest frequent flyers in that group of platinum, 75. And you're going to charge me $200. Even if I wasn't platinum, anybody, $200 to change a ticket. So if I bought a ticket to Buffalo for $210 and I have to change it, it's going to cost me $200. Hey, I booked a flight a month in advance. All of a sudden, I got to call United. Hey, look, I know I was going to fly out September 28th, but now I got to fly out September 29th because my mother's having emergency open heart surgery on September 28th. So can I just move my flight to September 29th, one day later, the same flight, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? I already looked online, and you have 40 empty seats out of 150 on the plane. So pretty much a fourth of the plane is open. So can I just switch that same flight? I'm not going to try the morning or later. Same one. Okay, yeah, sure, you could do that. Yeah, it's a $200 change fee. Yeah, but I know, but you got plenty. I could see if you don't have any seats, you only have one, and you might have to sell that seat. Someone might come at the airport at the last minute and try to buy that seat for $900. You guys are going to lose money. I get that. But you're not going to you got 40 empty seats. 40 people aren't going to fill that plane up by 3 weeks from now. So why can't I just switch? It's the same, just one day later. No, sir, that's our policy. $200 to change a fucking ticket. And everybody just looks the other way. Nobody in Congress, politicians, nobody, none of them. That fucking Schumer guy in New York is the only guy who says, hey, you guys better not fucking pull this shit, even though they are. He's the only one who stands up for it. That shitty airline, Spirit Airlines, one of the worst airlines in the fucking country, charges people to bring a bag on the plane. You bring your laptop bag or whatever on the plane, they charge you to bring it on the plane. And every airline is going to be doing that. Within 2-3 years, they're the only airline that does it. But they go, oh, we got cheap flights, but yeah, they charge you fucking $50 or $75 to bring a bag on a plane. You have to they charge you to check it in and also to bring on a plane. So either way, you're fucked. And that Schumer guy said no other airlines better do that. And watch. 2 to 3 years, every airline's going to be charging you to bring shit on the plane. So you're basically just going to have to ship your fucking clothes, UPS, to the town to try to save money. The airlines are making a fortune now, more than they've ever made. And nobody's saying a word. And as soon as the gas goes back up to like $4.50, they go, we got to charge more money now. Look, what are you doing with that money you're fucking banking right now, you scumbags? $200 to change a ticket? Are you fucking kidding me? What a disaster United Airlines is, all right? They don't have flight attendants that are under 50 years old. They're all fucking old hags, all right? There's no fucking flight attendant on United that's over a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're going to fucking rate me with DirecTV and charge me $2 extra because it's over 4 hours, their TVs, if they do have TVs on the plane, they're in the middle of the aisle. Those old ones that fucking stick out with a little screen on it that's like black and white, that's got dust all over it. That's their TVs on most of their planes. That every fourth row is another TV in the middle of the aisle that you have to look at. That's their fucking entertainment. That's how fucking antique their planes are, and they charge fucking $460 to fly to Dallas. That's what they're doing. Their merger that's supposed to help everything. We're going to be more efficient, really? I got a fucking 1922 TV in there. It doesn't even get color on that TV. That's how fucking old it is. You get DirecTV and you're gonna charge me $2 extra because it's a flight over 4 hours, and you're gonna charge me $200 to fucking change a ticket. Okay, and you're gonna make me fly out of Terminal A, that fucking shithole, and I gotta stand there because there's only 300 seats, and there's only fucking 16 chairs in the restaurant, and you sell 8-tracks in your fucking little gift store. Okay, and you got no food on the plane. You're charging me for food. Even if I get first class, sometimes I get bumped up to first class. On a flight under 3 hours, no food. They give you a bag of peanuts and fucking water and shitty wine. That's probably fucking... They take it out of a box and put it in a bottle. That's where they're getting that wine from. Awful wine. Fucking a little bag of peanuts. Oh, you want to... Can I get another bag of peanuts? All right, sir. All right, just, calm down. No food. $200 at least. If you're gonna fuck me like that, okay, and make me wait online and answer questions and get more cancer fucking forming in my body because I gotta go through your shitty machines, the least you could do is hire a flight attendant that's at least a 7. All right, while I'm getting raped, give me something decent to look at when she walks up and down the aisle. Can you do that for me? I gotta look at my fucking grandmother. I got to look at fucking old miserable hags that are fucking cranky and hate everything, and they're in the middle of fucking menopause and they're fucking cranky and they're dehydrated and they got no makeup on, no sex appeal whatsoever. Give me a 7 so I can look at it while I'm getting fucked. All right? Put some fucking strippers on there to serve me my water. Would you want a drink? Does you need a drink? We'll come around for drinks. Fuck you and your drinks. Give me a hot chick so I can look at while I'm getting fucked, paying $460 and a $200 change fee and watching a fucking 19, 20-year-old TV. All right? Enough. All right, I'm done. Let me know if there's a fucking flight attendant on United that's over a 5, by the way, because I have yet to see it, and I'm sick of it. I miss Hooters Airlines.